We're going to take a look at a popular passing concept that you won't actually find in Madden unless you make a couple hot route adjustments, and we're going to go ahead and show it to you. And for this particular play that we're going to show, you can find this out of the gun doubles in the Cowboys playbook, and of course the name of the play, at least the actual play, is called 4 verticals. Now you can run this, and we've probably been beaten to death with this particular play. You've probably seen it run so many times because you got those 4 receivers running streaks. But one of the things that I like, and for me, I like to read a lot of passing books, and this play I'm about to show is one that I saw that I find pretty effective even in Madden. And what we're going to do here is make a couple hot route adjustments and change this up just a little bit. It's still kind of a 4 verticals concept, except the 2 outside receivers aren't going to run these go routes on the outside. Instead we're going to hot route them on 2 different type of pass routes, or actually the same pass route but on both sides of the field. Let's go ahead and take a look at the defense here that we're going to run this against, and you can see on your screen as we get to it, it's going to be cover 3, and you can see right there you have 3 deep defenders. Now, with this particular concept I'm about to show, you're going to end up attacking this particular concept in a couple different areas. We're going to look to attack it out here on the outside over here or over here, and you'll see why here as we make those hot route adjustments. So let's go ahead and continue on here and just take a look at it. So we're going to go ahead and make this first hot route adjustment, which was to hot route the outside receivers on hook routes as you look at it, or deep comeback routes, such as what you see on your screen. So as you look, you can see that on the left side, this guy right here, which happens to be, we're going to go ahead and call him the split end. Now he's going to go ahead and run this deep comeback route up into this area here. So he'll take an outside release, go up in this area here, and he'll break back towards the outside. And the same thing with this receiver over here, which is the flanker. He'll go up about 18 yards and he'll end up going back towards the sideline over here. And against cover 3 coverage, you're going to find that one of these 2 receivers is almost always open against this particular coverage that we're about to show. And then the other hot route adjustment that we made was to go ahead and re-hot route this guy, which is the running back. Now you could allow him to go ahead and run that. We're going to go ahead and call it an out route, essentially what it is, where he goes up the field and then he would go into this area here and he'd break towards this area. Now you could leave him to run that route if you wanted to, or you can do what we did here and hot routed him on a hook route, so that way we can use him as a dump. So we could dump off to him if nothing is open deep, and that's the idea of that. And if you don't want to have him go out at all, you can leave him in the pass block and maybe give yourself a little bit more time to make the throw, because that's the one thing about this particular play. It does take some time to make that throw deep down the field. So let's go ahead and actually run it. And for this one, we're actually going to go ahead and throw to this guy right here. And I want you guys to watch the play as we go, and we'll talk about it a little bit more as we go through it there. And we're going to go ahead and make that throw to the outside right there, and he makes the completion, and of course the receiver catches it. Let's go ahead and rewind it just a little bit here, and I want to kind of show you something that's going to happen. One of the things that's going to happen against this particular coverage, this happens to be nickel normal, is that in some cases you're going to find that this defender here, this nickel back, is going to jam this slot receiver. Now the downside of that happening is this guy isn't going to get down the field as quick as we'd like, and if he was to get down quicker, then this corner over here, who's going to go ahead and play that deep 1/3, would come further inside a little bit quicker than he does. But as is, he still does go in a little bit, and that's what allows us to get that outside throw right there. You can see right there, as you look at it, you'll see that this corner is actually kind of breaking a little bit to the inside at this point. And that's just enough for us to make that throw. Now when making this throw, one of the things that we want to do is, on the controller, we want to go ahead and throw it at the 9 o'clock position. So we want to throw that ball so it's going towards the outside and away from where that corner's at, where only our receiver can make the catch. In this case, it's going to be the split end. That's the idea of this as we're making this throw. So just keep that in mind. And of course, you see the catch again there. So this is something that you guys can run if you're looking to go ahead and attack cover 3 coverage. It's very effective against it. And what we like to call this play is called gun doubles, 4 verts with comeback routes on the outside. So something similar to that, you can call it 4 verts with comebacks or something along that way. But it's a nice play for those of you guys looking to go ahead and attack coverages without throwing all that mumble jumble out there. It's a nice simple play that I feel is pretty effective in this year's game.